Oh, hello, everybody. BRIE here for the Cash Confident podcast. And today we are talking about money pathways. And I love this topic because this is one of the most simple ways to increase your effort in business. So oftentimes when I'm talking to somebody, they're coming to see me, they want to make more money in their business. And I go and I look at like what they're putting out there. I take a look at their website. I take a look at their social medias. I look at the profiles. I look at their offers. And what I'm looking for when I'm doing that is clarity. And there's different kinds of clarity that I'm actually looking for, but one of the most important things that I'm looking for is like there is a clear offer being expressed in these ways and there is a clear way to buy it. Or that there are multiple offers that call out who they're talking to, what the value is, and that there is a clear way to buy it. So I'm going to just give you a little story. So I met somebody recently who has work that I find very interesting. And so I started following this person's socials and started just like seeing what she's doing. And her pathways are blocked. Like I can see super clearly because I'm like, she's putting in all of this effort, all of this highly authentic, really beautiful, like well-crafted, well thought out marketing where people can like definitely want what she's got. But then when you go to buy it, her sales pages are incredibly long and convoluted. There's no buy buttons. There's no way to get what you want. And at one point I even messaged her. Sent her a message and I was like, hey, I want this thing. And then she sent me to the sales page and she was like, all right, look for this thing that I couldn't find, this like part of her website. And I was like, okay. And then she's like, and then email me this and then send me a Venmo and then something and then put your shipping address and place else. And even though I wanted the thing, I didn't have time that day. And honestly, like I haven't gotten back to it. And I'm just, and this is like, the truth is like, I had my wallet in my hand when I sent her that message. Like I was ready to go. I was ready to buy the thing. I wanted the thing. And then I couldn't buy it. Like my money literally got stopped in its tracks. Like that money was on its way to her. And it'd be like getting invited to a party. You can hear the music bumping and there's like literally not a door. And so listen, if you're in business or if you know, you're looking to make money in some way, these are some of the things that you that want like clarity around for the money to be able to get to you. So first is when I look at your stuff, I want to be able to clearly see what you do and who you work with, right? Are you a teacher of sales for product-based e-com businesses, or are you a philanthropist in Indianapolis? Like so if you're trying to make money through your social medias or through your website, upon looking like above the fold, somebody should be able to see what it is you do and who it is you work with. And so some of the issues that I see at this level are really clever names, right? So sometimes we get really clever with the names of our business or our branding or things like that. And then you cannot tell. Like, I'm like, oh, is this business, are you selling clothes? Or are you selling divorce, legal services? Like, you just can't tell, right? And so when you're putting your stuff together, you kind of want to be asking yourself, if I didn't know anything about this, would somebody be able to figure it out? Because you have to also assume that people are not giving you a ton of time and attention. So we want to know who you are and what you do. But before you get into like all of the specifics of who you are, your qualifications, the reason that you're the best at whatever else, I want to know, are you talking to me? Right? Like this is going to be a really helpful place. So like, I need to know what it is you do, but I don't need to know all the details about how awesome you are until I know if you're talking to me. Right? So sometimes I see people's stuff and it's all about them and how great they are and how awesome they are and how trustworthy and smart they are. And like, while that's important to know, that's not the first thing I'm looking for, because when I'm dedicating my attention to sorting out, is this business right for me? I'm thinking about me. Let's just make that real plain, right? Like, who are you talking to? Now, when it comes, what's interesting is I have some work coming up around raising your price, and who you're talking to, where they are on the journey, their budget is all things that should really be conveyed, in your copy. That should be things that are conveyed in your, the initial posts that somebody would see, or your initial videos or whatever, things like that. So we want to call out the people that we're talking to. And then, all right, so now we have what it is that, the business owner does, who it is that they're helping. Then we want to be looking for a clear offer. What are you offering? Right? So sometimes I see people and there's like too many steps to get to the offer. And that can be okay sometimes, but sometimes it's like, what's the offer? What do you offer? And even if you're going to direct people to a sales call, or even if you're going to direct them to a webinar, you at least want to have, you don't need to have the details and the price of your offer out there, but what are you offering? Are you offering coaching services? Are you offering done for you services? Are you offering, it's like, if I can't tell what it is you offer, then I can't tell whether or not I should invest an hour into watching your webinar. Right? So it's like, sometimes there's just some clarity. So like, what are you offering? And that has to be in terms of value that is based for the customer, right? Like, that's, recently I talked with somebody who was asking me some questions about his business, and he was telling me about what he was offering, and I was like, yeah, but like, so he's telling me that his clients would get this many hours of his time essentially. And I was like, but what do they get? And he's like, oh, we do these sessions, they go like that. And I'm like, yeah, but like, what do they get? Why would anybody agree to spend this many hours of their life with you and pay this? Like, what are they getting? Are they getting enlightened? Are they getting, this fella does tantra coaching, right? I'm like, what are they getting? Like, why would they do this? What are they coming away with? And we want to be really, really clear about that, because nobody's hiring me for my hour of time. They'll buy my hour of time because that's the way that I deliver them more money. Right? Like that, when people hire me, it's because they want more money. They want better relationship with their money. They want more clients. They essentially want more money, more financial progress. That's why people hire me. They're not wanting to buy an hour of my time. That's not what they're buying. They're buying what's in it for them. And so sometimes even very experienced business owners kind of forget this. So this is what I'm looking for. I want to see that when I'm looking at your stuff, I want to see who you are, who you work with, what's the clear offer, like in terms of a result. And I want a way to buy it. Now listen, sometimes I have an offer that you have to talk to me to buy, right? Like if you want to join Limitless Wealth, you're going to talk to me to buy it. Why? Because I want people to buy it, but also I want to make sure it's a good fit. I want to make sure it's a group energy. Like there's things in it that need to be responsible for to let somebody hire me. I want to make sure it's responsible. So it's like, sometimes you have to talk to somebody, that's fine, but there has to be a call to action. Like, what am I doing? How am I buying it? If it's something that I could just buy, can I just hit the buy button? If it's something that I have to book a sales call, is there a way to book that sales call? If there's something that I have to watch, is that all available very, very quickly? Sometimes we get in our own way and literally stop the money in its path. Like literally, like I will see people jam up the money pathway where they don't have a clear sales process, or their website's not super clear. Like if you're new to business, let's just say you're new to business and you're doing some sort of coaching or consulting or something, you have to have a clear sales process where somebody books a call, you talk to them for a minute, you sell them a proposal, or you offer them a strategy call or whatever that is, and then you do a big sales call. And because then once that process is mapped out, you can follow them along with it and basically help them get from here to there. That sales process wants to be mapped out. So clear money pathways is going to be really important, especially also, this is super important if your business has multiple points of entry. Like let's say if you come in on I used to run an offer called Find Your Bleed, right? And so if you come in on the Find Your Bleed funnel, you bought X, Y, and Z, and then what are we offering you? Does that make sense. Or if you come in on a free lead magnet, what are we offering you? And so you want to map some of this stuff out. And oftentimes this is the place, like when I'm looking at people's business model, it'll be like there's an offer that's really great on the front end, then there'll be an offer on the back end, but the jump is too big. It doesn't make sense. Like if people come in on a $39 offer, they might not be ready for $26,000 of coaching after that $39 offer. You may need to add in some things to help bridge that journey. And so clear money pathways are really, really important in your business. And so take a look and look at your stuff like you were somebody else. Like if you didn't know who you were, could you go onto your Instagram profile and see who you are and who you serve, be offered something in some sort of way that makes cohesive sense? Because all of this creates psychological safety for your customer. And money loves that feeling of certainty and that feeling of safety. Money loves a clear pathway. Like people who have their money organized and systemized make way more money. It's just facts. Like I've seen so many people, and it's not about how good they are or whatever. It's just money loves a clear pathway, right? Money loves an organized situation. Money does not like to get thrown into chaos. And so if there's not a clear pathway for money to get from my wallet into your business, the way that it shows up is I'm going to go get distracted. Like I was telling you about that client where I wanted to, or she's not a client. She's just somebody I know. But I wanted to buy her thing, and I literally it's not like I couldn't, but it was just, there were so many steps. It was like, oh, here's the first initial obstacle was there's nothing to buy. But I know she was selling it because I met her in real life. And so then I reached out, and she didn't even just send me a buy button. She was like, here's this thing that you need to look at, and then email me this, and then I'll tell you how much it is. And then you can, and I'm like, oh my God, ain't nobody got time for that. I don't have time for a 47-step buying process. Right. And your buyers are kind of in the same way. So I just wanted to throw that out there to you. Figure out the ways to make money get to you in the easiest possible way. All right. I love you. I hope that helps. And I hope you go and you tweak something. I hope you go and tweak something so that way you can make more money. Thank you for listening to the Cash Confident Podcast. Remember, knowledge alone isn't enough to build wealth. It's what you do with that knowledge that counts. And that's where the Cash Confident community comes in. Our community is where aspiring wealthy women gather together to master money and mindset and build exponential wealth. I invite you to join our community where women are cultivating a healthy relationship with money and living the life of their dreams. Visit www.cashconfident.com to learn more.